Well, the next session was supposed to be very participatory but informative, and it had to do with resilience and the concept of uncertainty. So if we can get the slides up, maybe we could say a couple of things and then close with a nice discussion, because I think there was need in the audience today to just raise some of these issues that are sort of creeping up now. They're bubbling up, and you need to talk about them. And we'd be, at this point I have to say, would be very happy as a unit to help in any way we can. That's it. So, should I let Maria talk about a little bit about the concept of uncertainty? Because uncertainty is something that really troubles us, both within the illness, but in life in general. So let's talk a little bit about that.
I would say that not only disease-related challenges, but also psychosocial and emotional challenges have a common denominator, which is uncertainty and uncertainty burden. The unpredictable disease, the unpredictable CLL, of course, fosters feelings of distress, worry, fear, and social isolation. And many patients sometimes perceive this uncertainty as more difficult than physical symptoms. Uncertainty hinders behind worry and anxiety, and uncertainty there is everywhere. Uncertainty there is in disease progression, in treatment, in secondary malignancies, in infections, in social interactions, in fatigue, inability to engage in life, and overall what is at the front is an ongoing anxiety and worry about the future. I would like to say a little more about how uncertainty works. At first, it starts with an uncertain situation. Then the mind starts asking, what if, what if, what if? Then feelings of worry comes. Then the mind asks again, what can I do to solve this uncertain situation? What can I do to stop feeling this worry? One solution is increased certainty. Have you ever checked test results again and again, or searched online late at night for reassurance? I would like to raise your hand. Okay. Many people do, that's what we call approach strategies. It's a way to gain more control about an uncertain situation. For example, looking for a lot of information before proceeding with something, searching online for hours about every new treatment, reading multiple forums and asking different doctors at the same question. Another strategy is avoidance. For example, not fully committing to a friendship or a romantic relationship because the outcome is uncertain, or not planning holidays or family events because you don't know if the treatment will start and when, or procrastinating, of course. Delays calling the doctor about new symptoms because you're uncertain if they are serious enough. These strategies are one solution, but have short-term effects. They create more stress, and the uncertainty remains and becomes sometimes even stronger. We have to propose another option. We saw increased certainty, and I'd like to propose increased tolerance of uncertainty. The less someone can tolerate uncertainty, the more likely they are to start, what if, what if, what if? This question feeds the cycle of worry. And I would like to call you to think about uncertainty. People who are intolerant of uncertainty see uncertainty more often and faster than other people do. Even when there is only a small amount of uncertainty in a situation, they will see it immediately. Put a great deal of effort into looking for every uncertainty, for every uncertain situation in their environment, and they color their environment with this uncertainty. We have two glasses here. The one is rose-colored glasses, the one that we saw in everyday life, and the other is uncertainty glasses, the glasses that we can see uncertainty in every situation. If we think intolerance of uncertainty as the fuel of worry, the question then becomes, how do we change this? How do we become more tolerant to this uncertainty? The first is start by changing your behavior. I have 3 steps here. And the first one is start small and realistic. Expect to be anxious or uncomfortable with this change of behavior. And the third one, which I believe is the most crucial one, motivation does not precede action, it follows it. We have to make some action at first, and then the motivation comes. For example, if you're taking and doing things over again and again because you're no longer sure it is correctly, an alternative would be to send a low priority email without rereading it or checking it. I have to rush, I think.
You have to rush, yeah.
Okay, so I would like to conclude with this, the resilience through tolerating uncertainty. We do know that resilience is a dynamic process, and resilience grows through uncertainty, not despite uncertainty. Resilience emerges when individuals learn to tolerate uncertainty, and strategies that increase tolerance of uncertainty fosters greater resilience. Advocacy is a way that resilience and growth becomes even more better. And I would like to talk about relational resilience, how patient advocate groups create that relational resilience. So the thing is, these 3 thoughts, I believe, I deal with what's real, not with the what if. I may not control uncertainty, but I do control how I respond to it. And once I've made a decision, there is no actually point worrying about it anymore. Thank you.
So I know this wasn't the whole idea, but I think it gave you some indication about the concept of uncertainty and how to deal with it with resilience. And I think the best thing to do in order to help resilience grow is to be with each other. And collective resilience is a thing. And I've seen it in the past 2 days here at the conference. So if anyone would like to share something that worries them about uncertainty, or if they can share a resilience story, we are all ears. Or if they have a question.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very interesting. I am from low medium income country like Thailand, where patient advocates often face the limited resources and information, and still patients also struggle with both medical and emotional challenges. What practical strategies would you recommend, like me as an advocate, to help maintain the resiliences and still able to support the others?
Έχεις κάποια απάντηση σε αυτό? Γενικά? Ναι, okay.
I would like to persist on the resilience and how to know their environment and how to actually know their emotional needs and their social needs, and how they know the sense of themselves can foster this and impact these challenges. So let me think of it.
So essentially what Maria started to say, I think, is that resilience is key. And resilience, I think we also mentioned it 2 days ago, it's not about being extremely brave or extremely strong. It's about being in the adversity. And I think you're all in a position of adversity in some capacity or other. And just staying with it. Keep at it. Resilience will grow, and I think being with peers definitely will make you stronger in that respect. I'm not sure how to answer the low-income country part. I'm not really equipped to say. However, I can sort of help with the psychological part more. I think support groups for advocates is something that we listened a lot today. It was mentioned a lot today, and it's something that we can help with. We might be able to help with. And I think maybe something like people who have been at it longer can seriously help with their experience in how to guide the newer members. Yes, Lauren? Sorry, Jennifer was first? Okay.
I found that it's helpful to, if there's an immediate need, like saying housing or financial, I start there because that's the context to which
Absolutely.
they reached out to me. And then once I get past that, I have the opportunity to say, how are you doing? What can we, can we connect you to one of our supports?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that by listening to what they have to say first.
Absolutely. This is, I completely agree. If the needs are completely pragmatic and realistic, of course, you start with them first. This is.
I think also, as an advocate in a low to middle income, it can become overwhelming. And I think that that idea of self-care is sometimes, today I don't want to do this. I don't want to help this person in front of me, not because tomorrow I might want to help him, but today I can't deal with this. I can't deal with their problems. I need to deal with my own self. And I think that often we ride over that. We don't look at that. And as you said, it builds. And eventually you look at something called, with compassion fatigue. And I think that that's something that we have to say as advocates in those, and I would guess it's in every scenario and every setting. But it has to be okay to say, you know what, I don't like doing this today. I don't want to do it today. It's not something I can deal with today in myself. Again, take my advice, I'm not using it. But, I think that we have to allow ourselves that. We have to allow ourselves that.
Compassion fatigue is real. It was frowned upon as a term initially, but it turns out to be extremely real. And from your lived experience, I'm sure you have felt it. So that's why psychotherapists, for example, who hear about human pain all the time, do have a senior member that is trained in this kind of situations, who will guide and alleviate some of that compassion fatigue. And that's why I think a kind of pyramid will help really well, would work really well in case of low resources. John?
Thank you, Christina. I think this is a really powerful session, Saturday morning. Big ask on a Saturday morning. It's a really powerful session. I think, as patients or caregivers, we have and the fact we're here means that we have an already inbuilt level of resilience, and that resilience can be trained. Can I advocate from our own personal well-being for hobbies? I have an email address, which is me@gmail.com or me@cllsupport.com. So I reminded every day I've got CLL by virtue of email. But there are times when I just say, right, that's it. And I compartmentalize. And I'm lucky I have 2 hobbies. One you saw yesterday, and I don't advocate that you have to do that level of exercise, but I do believe exercise is really, really powerful, whether it's getting those endorphins out or doing chair exercises or just having a walk in a park in a green space. The other hobby I have is quite the opposite. It's wood turning. Now that teaches me patience. It teaches me, it's a calming. Now, whether I produce something that is a thing of beauty or something that ends up as firewood, yes, so be it. But I think having hobbies that allow you to just disassociate yourself, and if it's a physical hobby, you get the satisfaction of the exercise, or if it's a creative hobby, gardening, painting, journaling, it gives you the satisfaction of creating something.
Couldn't agree more. It's part of self-care. And it gives you something fun and something that's completely yours and not related to the illness or anything else. Yes?
One thing I find in the CLL community, I haven't always found that in a varied work past for myself, but I find it akin to my journalism career, is everything that comes across the desk you treat as urgent. Everything that comes across, you don't leave things for days and days and days. So I think we have to collectively be better at putting priority to the pieces that come in front of us as well. Because not everything is an immediate priority. And you can really burn out by trying to treat everything immediately.
Yeah, that's also very true. It's a good problem-solving coping mechanism. I like it.
Yeah, again, it's me. So my question is to, because last 3 days I've met a lot of CML people who are really excelling and really I really admire you all. So I just wanted to take a piece of information which I wanted to support my patients, that they can also come forward and support the CLL community. So my question is, like, you all are facing a lot of your own health uncertainties, and how do you continue to advocate so efficiently for others? And what is that one thing, that strategy that helps you to show up? Because I really wanted to know, and immediately as soon as I reach, I'm going to share this in my CLL group to support my patients.
So clearly, I think somebody who is an advocate can answer this question. Yeah? Yes? Absolutely.
I don't think I have a choice. So I feel like the accidental advocate because of injustice that I put my hand up. But I'm a really huge fan of psychological support. And in Australia, during COVID, we had 20 funded or reimbursed sessions through Medicare, which was removed from us post-COVID with a change of government down to 10. And I have a mental health plan. I see a psychologist every 2 weeks. 2 of my 3 children see a psychologist every 2 weeks. We need many more than 10 sessions a year. And what I would say to everyone in the room who, is both a patient and an advocate, is access psychological support, because it is, saved my sanity, has made me able to compartmentalize while being empathetic. And, this has been an incredibly helpful session, so thank you. I would say whatever services can be accessed are really important for patients, because you do burn out and you don't recognise the signs until you're in significant distress yourself.
That's true, actually. And speaking of distress, yes, you have to recognize it in yourself and recognize it in others, and also have your referral pathways really ready in order to help people. Thank you so much. Yeah.